Good afternoon, my wonderful students. Yes, it's yet another day where I'm here again to take you on your home economics week 6 on the topic titled Purchasing, Processing, Preservation and Safety. JSS2 students, are you there? All right. But before then, I hope you have done your first instinct test. Have you gone online? Have you done that? And I hope you're practicing your safety measure. All right, let's continue. Purchasing, processing, preservation, and safety. That is our week 6 topic. Our week 6 topic. Purchasing, processing, preservation, and safety 1. That means we are going to do this topic 1, 2, and 3. Are you getting it? Remember, this is our 6th week topic. All right, let's see the learning objective of this topic. I want at the end of this class, all students will be able to define food purchasing, processing, preservation, and safety. Are you getting? And I want you to state the perishable, semi-perishable, and non-perishable goods. And I as well want you to mention the risk factors in purchasing food items. Is that taken? Because very soon, you'll start going to market and buying things for mommy in the house. Is that taken? All right. Let's move on. Definitions. We have bulk purchasing. You can call it bulk purchasing or buying in large. Do you understand? You can see this. Before I will go to the definition, look at this man. Do you see the big thing he bought? You can see the same carton of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still the same thing. Look at the barrel. He purchased in large. He bought in large. That is bulk purchasing. All right. Let's now go to the definition of bulk purchasing. Bulk purchasing or buying in large is the process of buying goods or foodstuffs in large quantity. Do you understand? A situation whereby you buy food item or goods in large quantity, we call it bulk purchasing or large purchasing. Is that taken? Now, let's look at the food preservation. Food preservation is the care or treatment, given to a food. Do you understand? Trying to put it in good condition. Okay, let's look at it the way it is on the screen. It is the caring for or treating food in such a way that it would keep in good condition for a long period of time. Just like what I'm trying to let you know, is that care that you have given to food item. Do you know, in order to put them in good condition for a very long period of time. Is that taken? We call it food preservation. Now, that is how you preserve your food. Now, I've showed you this picture of a man buying goods in bulk or in large quantity. Can you see it? He's the one that shopped it himself. Let's go to other definitions like food processing. We say that food processing is the transformation of cooked ingredients by physical or chemical means into food or into other forms. Yes. Now, look at it this way. Food processing. I want to use beans as an example now. If you get a seed of beans, it used to be very hard, isn't it? All right. Now, if you want to process it to food, you have to put it in a pot, put water, and apply heat, isn't it? Then, after some certain hours or minutes, the food will be soft, and the chemical substances and the physical structure of the beans will disappear, and the beans will be soft. The chemical substances or the chemical content in the beans will go away. It will now turn to food. Are you getting it? So also rice. Rice is a grain that is very tiny and strong, isn't it? But when you want to cook it, after parboiling it, you do what? You cook it and it will get soft. Then the physical component has changed. It's no longer strong. And even the chemical component has diminished. The starch in it, when you parboil, wash, it has diminished, isn't it? That is, you have turned them into, you have processed it into food. I hope you are getting it. All right. Now, let us look at food safety. Food safety refers to the condition and practices that preserved the quality of food to prevent contamination and food-borne illness. It's just how you take care of those food that you have processed, preserved, and those food that you have bought in large quantity. Are you getting it? That is food safety. Are you getting? How do you take care of it, especially when you are processing your food? Very important. Remember food preparation and hygiene. It's very important. You practice your good hygiene as you are processing your food to avoid food contamination or foodborne illness. Is that taken? All right, let's quickly go down to the perishable, semi-perishable, and non-perishable foodstuffs. What is perishable food? Perishable foods are those foods that can spoil easily, like fresh meat, fish, fruits, vegetable, milk, and butter, and so on. Do you understand? Now I have a picture to back it up. You can see my perishable fruits. Precisely, we know our food, our meat, our fish, they are all perishable. Do you understand? Our butter, our milk, they are all, especially evaporated milk. If you did not preserve them well, they will perish. They will just spoil. Is that taking? Now, look at my cucumber, look at my pepper, look at my green, orange. You can see oranges. You can see tatashi, the one you call big pepper, tatashi. You can see okra. You can see our different green, or you can see pea beans, green beans, and so on. You can see other fruits like that. If you take a very close look at this picture, you can see that most of the ingredients or things that are shown in this picture are perishable. They are not things that will stay long. Is that taken? Now, let's quickly go to semi-perishable foods. What do you call semi-perishable foods? This food stuff have lower water content when compared to the perishable foodstuffs. Are you getting? Making them last longer before they spoil. Though they will spoil, but they will do what? They will last longer than that of a perishable food. The example of it is carrots, cassava, yam, cucumber, onions, cabbage, etc. Okay, let us quickly look at this picture that I have. I have my Irish potato. You can see my apple. You can see my strawberry and some other fruits like that. If you look at it very well, look at it very closely. you will see. You can see a sweet potato. Are you getting? They are all semi-perishable foods. Remember, yam is inclusive, cassava is inclusive, and so on and so forth. Those things that have little quantity of water in them, that little quantity of water will make them to last a bit longer than that of a perishable food. Do you understand? At least uh, our onions too is semi-perishable food. Is that taken? All right. Now, let us look at the non-perishable foods. They are those foods that do not spoil easily. They can keep for a long time if stored properly, e.g., rice, maize, beans, sugar, yam. Yes, sugar can last long if you store it properly, if you do not allow ants to enter them, if you do not allow breeze to enter them, they can last longer. Do you understand? So let us quickly look at the picture of non-perishable. We can see our corn, grains of different species. Look at our beans. If you take close look at this, of these, you can see cow beans. You can see your bitter kola, groundnuts. Yes, you can see the dates. Can you see dates here? 8 non-perishable foods. Are you getting it? I mainly show all the grains. Are you getting? All right. These ones, they last longer, they last very long before they can spoil. Our rice is there. Rice lasts very long before it spoils. Is that taken? All right. Let's quickly go to the risk factors in bulk purchasing. Some risk factors in bulk purchasing, that is some things that can affect or that you put into consideration when purchasing in bulk. Number one is the size of the family. The size of the family. Yes, you check how many people are in the family or in our family, that this family that want to purchase these goods for. Do you understand? With family where you have only 2 people and you went to purchase food that 10 people will consume in 1 month, do you think you can preserve it? That's the question you ask yourself. Yes, the size of the family. You put it into consideration. Another one is the family food needs. What are the things? What are those food that the family like most? You put it into consideration. Do you understand? So that you won't go ahead to get the goods that the family does not eat or does not like. It will end up getting spoiled. Is that taken? Now, another one is food preservation and storage facility available in the family. If I should get all these food items, where am I going to store them? Do we have facilities for storage? If you don't have, you have to put it into consideration and take the quantity you can take at a time, or the quantity the quantity you have the facility to store. Is that taken? All right. You check the quality of food. Very important. Some of us, if we go to market, if we want to buy, for instance, apple, pick your apple. You cannot to check whether the apple have it has started spoiling, that stayed long, it has bruises on the body. All these things you put into consideration so that you know if those food items you are picking, if they will actually last longer. Is that taken? All right. Food in season. Try as much as you can to buy food that are in season. Like now, yam is very, very expensive. Yes, yam is very expensive because yam is already going. Now, someone will say, oh, instead of buying yam, why not, instead of me buying yam, I can equally go for potato or go for spaghetti or rice. They are all carbohydrate food. Is that taken? Now you go for food in season. Is that taken? It will help you. Go for food that is in season at that particular time you are purchasing. Another one is you put into consideration money available in the family. How much do I have at hand to purchase food, all this food item? The money I have at hand, will it actually cover what I actually want to buy? So you cut your coat according to your material, according to the money you buy, according to the money you have at hand. Is that taken? Now you consider, another thing you put into consideration is where to buy the food. Am I going to Super Saver? Am I going to ShopRite? Am I going to Lagos Island? Am I going to Ketu Market? Are you getting? All these things you put into consideration. If it is in my 12 that is cheaper, you go where it is cheaper. Are you getting? The food remain the same. All those food items, they remain the same. There's nothing different in them. They serve the same purpose. They will, when you want to cook them, they will not tell you, they will not start singing, oh, I was bought from Super Saver or from ShopRite or my 12. They will serve the same purpose. So go for where the food is sold at cheaper rates. Is that taken? All right. Now, buying non-perishable foods in bulk and store properly. Are you getting? It is necessary for you to buy non-perishable foods in bulk like rice, you can buy beans, you can buy yam, you can, all these are non-perishable food or semi-perishable foods. You can buy them in bulk and store them to avoid frequenting market all the time. Are you getting? So you buy them in such a way that each time you need them, you pick them instead of buying them again. Is that taken? Okay, purchasing vegetable and fruits as at when needed. You make sure you buy vegetable and fruits as at when needed. It is very, very good to eat your vegetable and fruits very fresh. That is why it is proper to store your perishable and semi-perishable food. Put them in your storage um, can or storage facility, then where it will be safe. But for vegetables and fruits, please buy them as and when needed. It's very important. Now, avoid waste by purchasing just the food which the family will eat. As a good homemaker, remember, a homemaker is the person that manages the home and manage all the limited resources in the home. So you have to manage the home, make sure you minimize the waste, the extent of wasting things in the home, and maximize the profits. Are you getting? That is what makes you a good homemaker. Please cook what the family can finish and cook what they need. Buy what they need. That is why you are a homemaker. Is that taken? I hope you enjoyed this class, and this brings me to the end of this class. Please always go online, copy your notes, and make sure you do the necessary assignment that follow, and get yourself ready for the second STEAM test. I hope you enjoyed the first one and you did well. I will say I still remain your teacher, your home economics teacher, Mrs. Oduma Vivian. I'll say bye for now and see you again in my next class. I love you all. I've really missed you. Hope you are missing us. Don't worry, very soon we'll all see ourselves face to face again. Take good care of yourself and be of good help to mommy and daddy at home. Is that taken? Bye for now.